going on, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of Restoration with Vic. Today we got these Jordan 2 Dawn C's. The C's gotta stand for crusty because these things are beat. We're gonna go in, give this shoe a proper deep clean, bring the suede back to life, and repaint the sneaker. We got a lot of work ahead of us, so let's get started. As always, to get started, we're gonna take out our shoelace and insole, and we'll put the shoe to the side for before and after purposes. Before we start cleaning with water and solution, there's a lot of surface dust sitting on the shoe, so for this, we're gonna grab our compressor and blow it all off. That step saved us a lot of time and it helped prevent us from pushing the dirt deeper into the material. Now we're gonna grab our shoe tree, adjust the size, and put it inside the shoe. This is gonna help us reshape the sneaker during the cleaning process. Let's grab our solution, squirt 2 squirts inside our bowl of water. We're gonna start off this cleaning by using our soft bristle brush to start breaking down the dirt and grime in the insides and uppers. All right, now we're onto the medium bristle brush. We'll be using that brush for the midsole and this back cage area. Onto the stiff, let's take care of these soles. Cleaning is all done thanks to our essential shoe cleaning kit. Now let's let this shoe dry. While we do that, let's grab our insole and lace and give it a quick cleaning using our soft bristle brush. Got the shoe fully dried and clean. The suede looks so much better. All those stains that were on there is fully flushed out thanks to RESHOEVN8R. Right now the suede material is really stiff and crusty. We gotta get it back to its original soft state. So for this, we'll be using the medium bristle brush. Usually when it comes to this step, I like to use the brass bristle brush, but in this case, this is some really delicate suede. I don't wanna ruin it by using a hard brush. So the medium bristle brush should do the trick. Now we're on to some prep work. Using some sandpaper, we're gonna go in and smooth out the areas on the leather toe box. It's not horrible, but there is some scratches going on. While we're at it, we're also gonna prep the midsoles because there is some fading going on. It's not horrible on the uppers or midsoles, but it does need a repaint. So it starts with some prep work. Prep work is complete. Before we start mixing paint for the midsole and uppers, we're gonna knock out some taping. We're gonna tape off the bottom of the sole. While we're at it, we're gonna grab some scissors and cut off a lot of loose threads hanging around the shoe. Tape job's complete. Now we're on to mixing some paint. Basically, I went into my Angelus box and got all the blue colors that I have. I don't know the exact mix, but we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna be using all these colors, some duller, a little bit of white to get the perfect tone. One more thing, we are working with 2 different shades of blue. On the midsole, it's 1 different shade, and on the uppers, it's a different tone. So we got to mix 2 different blues. Let's start off with got the paints mixed up. Not gonna lie, this one was the hard one. It took me a good 2 to 3 hours to get both of these tones. I ended up using all of these colors. At one point, I had to completely reset and throw away the paint because it just wasn't looking good. I ended up using violet, sapphire, purple, white, royal blue, true blue, and concord. I don't have the exact ratios for you guys. I was just mixing as I went. Now, let's go ahead and lay it down using an angular brush. We're gonna start off by painting the upper, and then we'll move on to the midsole. Good to go touching up the leather. It's funny, it took me hours to mix the paint, but only seconds to touch it up. Now we're on to the midsole using the different mix. All done with the paint job. Now we're onto this rubber back piece area. There's a lot of scuffs throughout the entire piece. I want to get it back to its original factory finish. So for this, we'll be using some Carlisle matte finish. We're gonna tape everything off and then go spray it outside. Almost done with this restoration. We still got a couple more things to take care of. Next, we got our laces. Originally, these laces were wax, but after the years of wear and tear, all that wax came off. So using some paraffin wax, we're gonna re-wax them. Got the wax applied onto the laces. Now we gotta melt it. We're gonna be using a dry towel and our small iron. We're gonna place the towel over the wax laces. Simply iron it on. Before we can lace the shoe up, the last step you gotta take care of is the suede. Using some RESHOEVN8R mink oil and our RESHOEVN8R horsehair brush, we're gonna bring the suede back to life. We're gonna spray a couple of even coats on the suede, on the sides and tongue. Then we're gonna brush it in with the horsehair brush. We're gonna reapply this step until we get the desired results. All right, everybody, that is gonna bring us to an end on this restoration on these Air Jordan 2 Dawn C's. The C's gotta stand for clean because this restoration turned out great. We started off by giving the shoe a proper deep clean instead of not using RESHOEVN8R products. We used the Essential Shoe Cleaning Kit to get rid of all the grime and dirt on the suede and the uppers. We also got rid of the bacteria on the insides of the shoes. After that, I spent hours mixing the blue paints for the shoe. There's so many different tones going on the sneaker. I mixed paint for the midsole and the uppers. Took me a good 2-3 hours, but the color match was on point. Before we did all that, we did some prep work, sanding down the midsoles and sanding down the toe box to get it nice and smooth before the paint job. Then we brought the suede back to life using some RESHOEVN8R mink oil and re-waxed the laces. Overall, this was a straightforward restoration. A lot of these methods can be applied to other restorations. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Vick Almighty. I'll catch you guys next Monday. See you guys.